welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 115 today and we are back for two massive games in both Serie A and in the Champions League. We've got Fiorentina who are battling it out for a European spot. They're currently neck and neck with Atalanta, Inter and Napoli in the race for fourth place. That's a big away trip for us domestically. And then Barcelona away. We saw that we were brilliant in the first leg, apart from that late away goal. And we've collapsed on the road before. United, Milan, but to name a couple. So let's see if we can avoid one today. If you're looking forward to the episode and you are still enjoying the series, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. This could well end up being our last club. If we can't get a big move to the Bundesliga after this season, I think we might be saying curtains to our career, or maybe even heading off to a retirement league. But if you want to stay up to date and find out what happens, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily videos released from two long-term stories, as well as Euro 2020 predictions. And of course, there's live streams over on Twitch. You can find that link in the eye above, as well as loads of other playlists and a link to the food channel too. But let's crack on today by looking at our form on the pitch. Of course, there's no transfer window, there's no youth intake yet, there's not a huge amount going on. Our youth intake preview, as we saw previously, isn't particularly good for Juventus. It's not a great group of players, but there's potentially one or two odd players who have caught the eye. So we'll be waiting to see if that works out for us. Of course, later down the line in a couple of years, we'd love to do a San Marino challenge. So for that, we need to get a grasp of the Italian youth intakes, as we're going to be relying on those a little bit. But for now, let's have a look at our schedule and see what's been going on since you were last with me. Of course, we had that Milan collapse, which meant we can't win the Italian Cup now, but that brilliant win against Barcelona. How much, though, are we going to live to regret that 86th minute away goal from Barca? We've seen how much they can come back in domestic action last year when we were at Real Madrid in La Liga. We were 8 points clear of them with 9 points to play for, and we managed to throw it away. That suggests that Barcelona have our number. And will it haunt us mentally? It certainly is in real life, but in FM, I don't know how that will play out. We'll get into that one later today though. Let's look at our three results off camera first. A 2-0 win at Empoli, a side that held us earlier in the season at home. Popov and Bongiorni with goals early in each half. A 4-1 win at home to Roma. We look much more confident on our own patch. Shep Roma, back, Simois and Bongiorni with the goals. However, you will note again, we did go behind in the first half, despite playing against 10 men when it happened, but they got another red card in the second half. We were 2-1 up at that point, and we just opened the floodgates then. But a 7-0 win followed at home to Monza, one of the sides who will get relegated this season. Esposito with a brace, Unavar with a brilliant hat-trick, and Popov and Ristovajevic as the backup team really went nuts. Again, a red card came in that game, but this time we were already 5 up, so it didn't have any bearing on the outcome. But we look really good. I'm really happy with where we're at. We've just got to try and make it count in the big games. On the road against the tough side in Serie A, we've not always been great this season. I mean, the last one of those was Milan and we lost 2-1. In the Champions League, anything can happen, but let's not worry about that for now. Milan have kept the pressure on with a win away at Parma a bit earlier on in the evening. They're still 4 points behind with a game extra played. Napoli have dropped away, so it's a two-horse race now. And normally I'd be fairly confident in this position. We look pretty good. But after last season, I am not confident about anything. I'll never be comfortable in a title race again, outside of Bangor City perhaps. So let's have a look at our team selection, what the assistant has gone for, and then what we're going to go for instead. I want to protect some of the legs, because the Barca game is only 3 days away. So anyone with a heavy match load will drop out. I'm just trying to look to see why some of our first teamers aren't playing. So Shep Roma will come in centre midfield. Simois will have to be replaced by Fabrian for this one. In terms of the team though, I think we're just about as strong as we can be now. So this is the 11 we're going to go for. Is Ambroise in goal or is it going to be Anana? Do you know what? Ambroise has been a better keeper for a few weeks now. You can see his average rating is significantly better. So let's treat him like the superior keeper because he's playing like it. Fabrian and Cesar are the fullbacks, Marcelo and De Ligt at centre-half. That's just Simois who's getting a rest at right back there. Shep Roma and Tonali the first choice midfield. Gandara in for the injured Popov alongside Balde and back. And Bongiorni, 23 goals for the season now. He's doing okay. He's having an okay season. 12 goals in 20 starts in the league. And we could do with another 1 or 2 from him today. He's still improving off the pitch. He's still a wonder kid. But now can he deliver? Let's go and find out. Fingers crossed he can. Well, here we go. We only played them a couple of episodes ago. Hlozek, the Czech Republic wonder kid, now an experienced striker here. The likes of Tanguy and Dombele are going to be a threat as well. but there's a lot of good youngsters in that team too. We're not going to write them off. We went behind against them in the Italian Cup, had to fight back for a narrow victory. And I'd be surprised if on the road we get this all our own way, because we have struggled in some of our away fixtures this year. We've not always been the most consistent. We've not always been the best starters. So let's see what the first half brings. As early doors, it's a goal kick for Fiorentina. Just 2.5 minutes on the clock. It's a long ball downfield. And hang on a minute. Why have we got the match stats up on the screen still? That doesn't normally happen, does it? The ball's in behind to Gandara. He gets himself to the byline. Chance to cross in, and he's put it into the side netting. As we're back straight away for a Cesar throw on the left. Balde's through ball intercepted to Tonali. Had a bit of a weak spell recently, but still keeping the ball well here. Just making it tick, and then he's made an awful error. Oh, why did we talk him up? The commentator's curse has struck. Tonali not in his best form of the season, and that pass pretty inexcusable. As Ambroise plays out from the back to De Ligt. Comes down to the right hand side to Fabian, who's in the team today to rest Simois. Out to Gandara, in for the injured Popov. Cuts inside. We don't really want him that deep in the pitch. We want to get him up in the final third. And there he is on the end of a through ball. Gandara's running in behind. He beats the defender. The shot's comfortably wide though. Not quite good enough on this occasion. And it remains 0-0 with 6 minutes gone. A positive start though generally. As we're back again with Shet Roma. 26 minutes on the clock. Deladoni plays downfield to Hlozek. Takes on his man. Beats him quite comfortably. And he is causing the biggest threat today. He's got himself in yet again. Oh, he's put that wide. He had to score. I mean, I'm happy he missed, but I don't quite know how. And we'll take it. Half an hour gone. We survived the first big scare in the match. It's 0-0, but Fiorentina coming back into this. Well, half time, it remains 0-0. I can't work out why my match stats is still showing when we're in the highlights, because it doesn't happen normally, does it? But they have levelled up towards the end of that half. They had the best chance of the match so far. But generally we've been the better side. And a point's not a disaster here. But I don't really want to get any closer to Milan. So if we can nick a winner, it'd be much appreciated. Into the second half we go. Been a much quieter start to this half. We'll have to start thinking about changes as we pass the hour mark. And with 20 minutes to go, we're back as Shet Roma picks the ball up in the middle. Plays a 1-2 with Tonali. He goes right to Fabian. Chance to cross the ball into the box. Instead goes back to Gandara. It's a wonderful save to tip it onto the woodwork. I mean, we'll think about changes now, but that was the best opportunity we're going to get. Excellent goalkeeping. And let's take some of the apprehensive ones off. So Balde will be replaced by Ristovajevic. Shet Roma will be replaced by Ege. And then either we replace the centre half, or I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Mark Backhoff on the left wing and I'm going to replace him with Unavar. He's been absolutely brilliant in recent games. Finally shown the form he's capable of. Now let's see if he can do it to nick us a victory. 17 minutes to go here and it's a big one as well. Can we extend that lead in the title race further, or is it back to 5 points? We've always had that chance to make it 7, but it looks like it's slipping away. As we head into stoppage time, it's going to be goalless. Not the exciting, entertaining start we hoped for. Although we have got one more throw. We're well past the 2 minutes added on. We're down by the corner flag with a Fabian flow. Ristovajevic to Ege. Chance to shoot. Just wide of the post. That was the opportunity. That was the moment. And it goes begging. It finishes 0-0. But we could have nicked a 7-point lead again in the title race there. What a shame. A dominant display. Again poor in front of goal. We're just missing that Perea, that Klassen. The man who always scores. So unfortunately, it's disappointment for Juventus. We'll go and tell the lads we're okay with it. We'll encourage them. We'll do our best. And we'll be back in a moment for Barcelona. Is it going to be another collapse on the road in Europe? We'll find out. Fitness test time. Champions League time. Big game alert. We've already bottled it in the Italian Cup in an away leg this year. What's going to happen against Barcelona? Real Madrid, our former side, struggling against Hertha Berlin in the last 16 again. But for us, this has got to be redemption time. We went out at this stage last season to Celtic. We won it the year before when we were at Tottenham as well, though. So we've got a bit of a mixed bag in the Champions League. Let's see what today brings. In terms of match load, we're going to get our first choice back in where possible. So Simois is going to come in at right back. We haven't got Popov available yet, so Gandara has to stay in. In terms of the bench, we've got to pick 7. So we're going to skip the goalkeeper. Ambroise played well again. He's number 1 now. We're going to leave him at it. I know we might live to regret that. Esposito's the striker. Unavar's a great winger. Nori is going to start ahead of Cesar because we regretted that last time. Cesar will be on the bench though, just in case he's needed. Centre half, we've got Ceballos. Midfield, we've got Ege. I mean, I think we're pretty well covered. Just the two changes in the fullback areas. It's Aït-Nouri and Simois in for Fabian and Cesar. Now let's see if we can avoid the bottle job again. We lost 5-1 away at Milan to go out of the Italian Cup. But can we keep our 3-1 advantage against Barcelona in a Champions League? Looks unlikely, but let's find out. Still a very good Barcelona team. We've mentioned some of those defenders before. It's a very similar squad to the one that started last time. However, Kaufmann's on the bench, who got that away goal. Parensen starts up front instead of him. I mean, both of them has caused us chaos over our career. So let's not get too excited about one being in instead of the other. Let's get through to the second leg. Let's tell the lads to get out and impress us. We'll drop to a balanced mentality. We'll try and hit on the break in Europe. And if we can keep it 0-0 for a little while, we might start time wasting as well. Let's go and get into it though. And firstly, try and chase that away goal. Well, 11 minutes on the clock. I fixed the scoreboard issue as well. The stats showing, I didn't realise it was as simple as clicking the scoreboard to get rid of it. I'd never noticed that in this many months as well, that you could just do that. Learn something new every day. As Motta's coming down the left for Barca. Into the box he goes. Do not foul him. Lovely switch Rabona to Jones. Into Anthony. Awful defending, but the keeper Ambroise out like a shot. It's brilliant work from the new number one. And he keeps it 0-0. But a warning sign to start, as we've got to throw in with Aït-Nouri. Jones heads away. Parensen can counter now. We look so feeble defensively. They've got through us so easily there. As Garcia runs the length, he's beaten 3 of the back 4. And Ambroise, with a slightly over-dramatic, exaggerated camera save, manages to hold on and keep it 0-0 on the day. Marcelo brings it forward into midfield though. Back picks it up on the left-hand side. He's got 2 in support, but can go right if he wants to. Instead, he's decided to run the length. He skinned 3 players. He's into the box. And he shot straight at Irawan, but it was really good work from the left winger. And he was unfortunate in the end. As Real Madrid take the lead due to an own goal, they could be on their way through. And this could be embarrassing for us if we then go out. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sandro Tonali? He has flown into a 2-footed tackle. And now it's backs against the wall. What are we supposed to do with that? I'm just going to see if the wingers, they can't really play in midfield. Balde, can he play there naturally? No, but he's going to have to be a deep line playmaker for now. This is not what we wanted at all. What we're going to do then, we're going to time waste all the time. We're going to go a little bit more direct, just try and get in behind them. We're also going to be more disciplined. And I don't know what else to do. Slow the pace down. It's a very tough game for us now because we've got ourselves in a bit of a pickle. It was such an unnecessary challenge. He's been in poor form for a month or 2 now. And as one of those experienced pros, one of those you rely on to not bottle it, he's been the one that's cost us. Now Gandara's got an injury. It's a gashed upper leg. Actually, I see this as a good opportunity. Let's replace him with Fabian. Now, interestingly, Fabian can't play right midfield but can play on the wing. But crucially, he's a good defensive player. He can tackle. He can work hard on that side of the game. He's naturally a fullback. And that might benefit us. So hopefully that will have a good impact. It's still 0-0 here with 8 minutes to the break. And Barca have only had 2 shots on target as we've got a free kick with Shep Roma. Ralph heads away. We look so vulnerable to the counter. Where on earth is our defence? Why is the defender run away from him? It's another through ball. It's gone in via Sanchez. This team is infuriating. I have never ever been so frustrated by a team than this one of Juventus away from home in big games. Marcelo, I mean, I know we've gone a little bit more direct, but it's hardly long ball stuff, and he has just hoofed it to the goalkeeper. Garcia comes forward, the claps is on. We don't concede 1 in 1 minute, we concede 3 in 3. Jones tries to cross, Aït-Nouri blocks. Cleared long downfield to Bongiorni, doesn't get there first. Anthony to Taylor, to Parensen, to Sanchez. We can't even go to a holding midfielder now as Parensen makes it 2. It's deja vu, and Sandro Tonali is entirely to blame. What a pathetic man. He might struggle to play for me again this season because I'm really annoyed at him. He's cost us our place in the Champions League here. It was comfortable till that point. As De Ligt's lost out to Parensen, run past him like he's not even there. The other 2 defenders come across. He's flown into a tackle. We've got stay on your feet on. He's literally flown. Who's the number 12? Balde. He has jumped into the tackle. Could have been another red card. This is embarrassing. We're going to have to change it at half time. But now we need a goal. And how do we create a tactic that stops all of this whilst giving us a chance at scoring? It might not matter now. because Sanchez has made it 3. Embarrassing. Our career is starting to unravel at the very late stages. We did brilliant up till Tottenham, but we went to Real Madrid, and although we won 2 domestic cups, we failed. We lost the league title. Here, we might well go on and win Serie A. We've won the Super Cup, but we lost the Italian Cup. We're losing the Champions League. We failed. 3 goals in 6 minutes. Complete and utter collapse again. And now I'm going to go to the drawing board with the tactics. I'll be back in a minute for the second half. So an all-out pace approach for the second half. We have tweaked some of the tactics. We're leaving the wing-backs back. I just want a back 4. 2 deep-lying playmakers. Keep possession, play long, and also keep your shape. We've dropped Fabian to a winger on support because that's where a lot of our troubles come in that first half. Unavar's on the left as an inverted winger on attack. He's going to try and support back, who's going to be up front on his own. Borgioni comes off for Unavar, and we go for all pace up front. Let's try and get in behind. Let's try and counter at speed. And fingers crossed we can find a goal from somewhere, because that'll take us to extra time. But we need 2 really to get through. And I don't see that happening now. As we're 10 minutes gone in the second half, we've got possession with Marcelo from a deep free kick. Plays a 1-2 with Balde and De Ligt to Shep Roma. 1 goal would just give us some belief. As Fabian gets it on the right hand side, comes past halfway. Simois overlaps, but he switches to Unavar. He takes on his man. Can he get to the byline and get the crossing? He does. But Ralph heads it away. Not really the actions of an inverted winger, that, to be honest. And Barcelona play out comfortably. And this is still where we're susceptible. We've got 2 deep-lying playmakers in. And they're still able to break the lines so easily. Perenson just walks past Shep Roma there. Back to Jones. Balde flies into another tackle which goes wrong. Taylor picks it up in the middle for Barca to Arnold. Into Taylor again. Coop Miners gives it away. Does he? No. We're second to everything. Perenzon's got a man running off him. It's a brilliant Barcelona move. And Motta puts it in for 4. I mean, it doesn't really change anything for us. We still need to score 2. I'm going to replace Balde with Ristovajevic. But this is game over. It's been a humbling experience since the red card. And what's annoying to me is we were confident. We were comfortable till that point. And Sandro Tonali, I don't think I'll ever forgive him for this. Because this, unless we can get a big Bundesliga move and redeem ourselves late on, is going to be a terrible end to our top-class elite career. As Perenzon gives it to Garcia. To Perenzon. To Coop Miners. 5-0. Oh, what can you say? We've gone cautious. We've tried to be protective. And we are getting battered. We're getting taken to the cleaners. And it's not the fact that they're countering us at speed because we're going for it. They're playing through us when we've got a back 4 and 2 deep-lying playmakers. They're playing through us like we're not there. Ristovajevic gives it to Unavar. Tries the Hollywood ball and gives it away. Coop Miners brings it down to Kaufman, who's come on. Got that crucial away goal. Didn't even matter now as Garcia's in for 6. I don't know what to say. What a pathetic performance. Perenson's going to cross it from the right. Is it going to be 7? It's not. Gavardio heads it over. My words. What a disgrace. The way we collapse is pretty much unparalleled in any other series we've ever had. It's into the box again. The league heads away. If we let in a 7th, I'm leaving. You can watch the rest of the episode on your own. I'm not hanging around if we let in again. Perenson gives it away to Ralph. They win it straight back though. And now we can't even get out of our own half. I've just never been so disappointed in a team. We never collapsed like this before. Ainori to Marcelo. Aimless. Doesn't even look for someone. Just hoofs it downfield. And if Barca get that 7th goal, I'm going off in a huff. I'm the closest I've ever been to anger in this career so far. As Kaufman runs past 2. Completely unopposed by the defenders. How have the centre-halves got a 6.7 rating, by the way? Ristovajevic puts the corner in. It's headed away by Ralph. And now Barca have got a 3-on-2. Huerta runs downfield. He's got a striker up with him. Instead plays Garcia. He comes down the left. Kaufman gets it in. He's got the chance to cross. Puts it into the side netting. My word, we have to win the title now. If we don't win the title, this is a dramatic failure at this football club. 5 minutes to go. At least the scoring stopped. There's one positive, eh? It doesn't want me to walk off with a 7th. But I almost feel like Barcelona have taken their foot off the gas. 6-0 on the night. 7-3 on aggregate. Pathetic collapse. 6 goals conceded in 27 minutes. And Sandro Tonali a disgrace. It is not good enough. Barcelona dismantle us. Juventus bottle it in another cup game on the road. And now we're left with just a title to win. And if we don't do that, if we bottle this again, this is a disgraceful end to the career. We are turning into a failure late on. We said it had been plain sailing, the rise to the top this season. Well, it's going wrong now, isn't it? This man, Sandro Tonali, it's going to be hard to forgive him after that. Disgraceful actions from him. If we have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back, I mean, it's all up to the title now, isn't it? We've got a big run in. Let's try and get the months back. There we go. I mean, arguably the biggest set of games are Inter and Lazio. We've got Atalanta and Napoli at the start of May. I think we'll do that. We'll come back for Atalanta and Napoli. We're not going to win it with 4 games or more to go. And if we can't wrap it up in that one, we might be back for another disaster against Sassuolo and Verona. We finished the season last year with a haunting, harrowing experience. And this year, there's not a lot that's changed it. We're faltering at the very worst time. And it's not the fact that we're losing. It's not the fact we're throwing it away. We are getting absolutely outclassed. If you did enjoy that episode and seeing pain, no goals, 6 conceded, and a knockout of the last 16 of the Champions League, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Should have stayed at Spurs, shouldn't I, after all of this? It's so easy in hindsight. If you want to stay up to date and find out how we get on and whether we can cling on to the Serie A title, the gap down to 5 points now, then please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. It's probably going to be a dramatic end. I can't assure you it's going to be a positive one. But surely lightning can't strike twice. Surely for my own sanity and my own mental well-being, it can't strike twice. If you want to catch up with the other playlists, they're up in the eye above, as well as a link to the Twitch channel with regular live streams and the new food channel too. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always, and I'll see you next time for the title race. Please don't let it go wrong.